Greetings, and today I have another deck video for you guys. So yeah, excuse the get up. I just finished a stream with Driftling on Twitch. We were trying out something honest. If you guys were on stream, then you'll know what that means. But we are trying to play honest games, and obviously it's Gwent, so it's like nothing really is honest around here anymore. You know, a bunch of degens and talented players. Anyway, so I have been sort of playing around with this deck, with the Fruits of Ysgith. There is a reason why I consider Fruits of Ysgith as sort of my personal favorite leader ability. It's actually, in just the terms of how I play it, I think I can play very well with this deck. So I am going to go ahead and show it to you guys. Plus, with Old Spear Tip actually getting a minor provision boost from 14 to 13, that actually opens up quite the amount of doors for me. So here is sort of my deck list for the Fruits of Ysgith deck. You guys are going to see the games where sort of I actually make some not big brain plays, but like brain plays. So yeah, so Old Spear Tip of course is gonna be here because I had to give him a shot now that he's now 13 provisions instead of 14. That is now I am now able to sort of get that extra provision cost to sort of add in a card. So there's Old Spear Tip, one of the big units in this deck. Next, we got Dandelion Poet. What I actually find is that Dandelion Poet is actually good for triggering Thrive twice if you ladder the Thrives well. So you draw Dandelion Poet, it triggers Thrive, and then you play another card, and then it triggers Thrive again. So actually, I find this to be relatively good. So that's why I kept Dandelion Poet in here. Next, we got Eghern, of course. Eghern is our second big unit. 13 points is just massive. You get Azrael in there and you just have some fun with it. Naglfar and Katakan. Naglfar, honestly, like, you can get away with playing any of the goals without too much punishment, so that's why I'm okay with Naglfar here. Usually, I'm a little bit skeptical with Naglfar depending on the decks I play, because, you know, like, the worst case scenario here, like, depending on when you play it, is, like, you know, you don't ever want to draw Azrael, let's say, in, like, round 1. But that's why it's a good thing you have a second option. So I guess I'm okay with any of the other second options other than Azrael. So that's why Naglfar is there, of course. Next, Katakan is our big Thrive unit. I tried to play a deck without him, and honestly, like, one less Thrive unit, especially one with the credentials of Katakan, is just something I can't do, so, you know? So Katakan kind of has to be here. Next, we got Mata, of course. Mata is good for drawing Old Spear Tip or Poet or anything that we need. Honestly, Mata is not something that you necessarily, I wouldn't say need per se. Like, you can also, if you want to go more control-based, you can play the Proto Flutter. It's totally fine. I just like cards that tutor, of course, so I go with Mata. Plus, it's 6, so it can trigger Thrive relatively well. Next, we got Azrael. Azrael is obviously our finisher here because we have plenty of big units. You guys do notice I am not running a Goliath. I actually ditched the Goliath for Mata. If you want to, you can actually ditch the Mata or for a Goliath, or ditch any of the other cards personally. I just wanted to add a little bit of opponent interaction in here, which is why I have cards like Adastriga, Parasite, Natural Selection. So, because that's the thing with monsters, is their biggest weakness is they don't have a lot of opponent interaction. I just wanted to add like a little bit, not too much, because I still want the main focus for this to be Thrive Ladder. So yeah. Next, of course, we go down to Adastriga. Adastriga, again, it's obviously a better natural selection with the 4 damage if you get Dominance, and it's more than likely that you probably will end up with that happening, especially if you time your ladders and units well. Next, we got the Beast. The Beast almost always gets targeted by, you know, like a Decoction, a Parasite, stuff like that. So I usually don't play Beast until I know I have a comfortable lead, because more often than not, it actually does get destroyed. In the cases where it doesn't get destroyed and it goes rampant, you can just go all out with it, getting some passive points along the way, plus with your Thrive units, and you're going to be ramping up them points real quick. So it's nice to have the Beast around. Next, we got the Parasite, of course. It's one of our few ways of dealing with some of our opponent's units. Honestly, it does come in handy. Even if you manage to get rid of even just one of their engines, you're actually pretty much set and you're good to go. So don't underestimate the power of getting rid of even just one engine, because it's getting very engine heavy. I noticed some of the good decks. So yeah, good to keep around a card like this that can do some heavy damage. Alpha Werewolf is also one of the other cards that got changed. I believe, like, I don't know if this was always 6, but now it went from 4 to 5, which I think makes the Thrive curvature better, because there's quite a few 4 power cards that I have in this deck. So like for example, I start with Indriga Larva, and then I probably play like a Bruxa, and then I'd go to the 3 where it's probably even gonna be a Wyvern, or I could even play a Plumard, and then I can play another Plumard. So as long as you make sure you get Thrive from every unit you play, I think you're pretty much set. And the fact that Alpha Werewolf is a 5, the only 5 power units I have are really Alpha Werewolf and Adastriga. Those are my only 5 power units. So it's like, that's not so bad. You want to make sure you have one of, you know, almost every number type up there. What I actually lack is a 2, and this is one of the changes I actually might make here, actually, is switching out Wyvern for the Drowner. And the reason for that is because this is also another way to deal with opponents' units, like especially Roadlock, if you want to get rid of, like, you know, Svalbard Priest plus Armored Drakkar combos, because those are very much a thing in Skellige. So, you know, this actually might be a better switch. Plus it's a 2, and we don't have a 2 power unit, so actually this would be pretty great for that Thrive curvature. So we'll go ahead and use the Drowner for this one. The games I'm going to show were with the Wyvern, but you can see I very rarely used it because I thought it just made it too awkward with the Thrive mechanics. So, especially because Bruxa is, I just use Bruxa because it's cheaper and it kind of does the same thing, only more progressively. So yeah, it's just ultimately better. Next, I'm rocking with 1 Ghoul. I necessarily don't think you need 2, because even though I know I have 2 Griffins, like, it's not likely that I would want to play both in one round, because I do want to set up my Thrive units as well. So you gotta have a little bit of balance between setting up Thrives versus getting out all of your strong but have to consume units. So 2 Griffins and 1 Flutter I think are gonna be enough for me. So I do have 1 Ghoul for the boost. And of course, you got cards like, for example, Morkvarg, or if someone's running the random Geralt Eardrin for whatever reason, then you want to be careful of that one as well. You don't want to get too boost happy. So I'm just rocking with 1 Ghoul for the time being. Drowner already made changes, and Indriga Larva, of course, has to be here. Just because, of course, of its ability to thrive in armor, of course. Natural selection is, again, one of our other few ways to deal with some of our opponent's engines. It's good to get rid of some Sly Seductresses. So honestly, like, even getting rid of 1 Seductresses can actually go a very long way. You can deny a potential of like 6 or 7 points easily, especially if they get away with it, and especially before, like, you know, after you get rid, let's say, if you can deal with Azir Javed's Scarabs, then you're good to go. Next we got 2 Noon Wraiths, 2 6 powers on the provision 4 side. Is actually pretty nice. It's almost likely that they're not even gonna target the Noon Wraith with anything, just because there are just much better cards here for them to take out, just like such as the Thrives and of course the Beast, which seems to be a very valuable target nowadays. So Noon Wraith's good to keep around, good for that power swing. Like, you can catch up in power even with just bronze cards. That's what I love about this monster stack. Next we have 2 Plumards, of course, for those bleeds. And last but not least, we got 2 Bruxas for the Thrives. So, music kind of stopped, but just reset it. Yeah, so the way I like to play this deck personally is I like to force round 1, whether I go first or second. Because if I go first, chances are I'm gonna get last say, especially if I can get my Thrive units going. And in the second round I actually will try to bleed them, because a lot of the decks that do really good definitely benefit in the long run. So if we're talking abilities like Hidden Cache, they definitely benefit more in the longer round, of course. They kind of have to, because they need to set up to get all of their Slash Seductresses and all that stuff going. With Lippy, if they're running the Armored Drakkar Svalbard Priest package, you definitely want to make sure that that's a short round. That way you can deny some extra points, because they lack those turns to get them those points. So that's also another thing. Anything Harmony on the scoia'tael side, kind of the same thing. Again, you don't want to give them too many boost units. They're kind of similar, of course, to how we're doing it, but honestly, we kind of make up for that with our very powerful and very high powered units. So, you know, we have a bit more of an advantage, because we don't necessarily need Thrives to win, because if in the off chance that we have a good short round, we don't even need that many Thrives. We just need like a bunch of 10 plus power plays, and honestly, we win the game. So I love this deck. I love this leader ability. Personally, it's my favorite. Let me know what you guys think of this deck, and of course, subscribe for more Gwent content. And other than that, let me send you guys over to the gameplay. Okay, so we're taking on, wow, I've seen a lot of Lippy decks are coming in for sure. Well, I assume they're Lippy, but I don't really think they are 100% Lippy. So we do get to go first, so I can actually just dominate pretty well here in the first round, I suppose. Ooh, 2 Griffins, yikes. Okay, this is a good curve. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can get rid of this. Yeah, Plumards are 4. I've seen some of them like try to play like Stunning Blow on this early, which I think is not the best idea. Like, I don't know. Like, in my personal opinion, I would wait until like they're hit high enough power where Stunning Blow actually has more value. I mean, it's not to say that they don't do it at that time, but like I've seen people that do it like almost immediately, and it's like I can just pick up like power swings because they essentially give me like an extra turn, right? So, okay, unfortunately, I cannot stop this from happening. I cannot. But that's fine. We can still pick up power. We can still pick up some power, so I'm not too angry, or like I'm not too upset yet. Or I'm not too worried yet. And that's kind of the bad news, is I have to let that happen, unfortunately. But I mean, if he uses up a charge of Earthsign Ritual, I'm okay with that, actually. So I am pretty okay with him using an Earthsign Ritual for that. I mean, even if it does mean that he does get, you know, an extra one, but that's fine. Terror Crew Plunderer. Okay. We'll do the Bruxa. Oh, I forgot to play the fruits. But I'm actually planning on using the fruits for the Griffin anyway, so I guess it's fine. Or do I want to use it on Poet? I actually think I want to use it on Poet, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually thinking of using it on Poet. Yeah, I'm actually thinking of using it on Poet instead of the Plumard. Even though I know Plumard is... But we're also trying to win round 1, right? So, yeah, I'm actually okay with Poet here. We'll play Fruits. I don't think we're gonna Griffin anytime soon. Unless he looks to damage, right? Ooh, Natural Selection, hello? Alright, see you never. See you never. You'll have to play another one of your Queen's Guard to get that thing back. Unless you want to play your Resurrection on it, I suppose. That's an idea, but... That's just Team BG sort of planning out some stuff, actually, that, don't worry about it. Nothing important. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, so this is Lippy confirmed, 100%. Hit an armor, would you? Oh, that sucks. I kind of wish you'd hit an armor, but that's fine. I think we can do another Griffin here, right? Yeah, we can do another Griffin here. I mean, I do have a... Well, I mean, I don't know if, Okay, so he places other Queen's Guard there, which is good, actually. So, that's good for us in a sense. Okay, so he got the armor. Actually, that's what I wanted. Wanted the armor there. We could play the Night Wraith to keep the pressure going. I think we have the resources to keep going, so I'm actually good with this. But I think after this, I have to pass. That's the beauty with the deck like this, is you don't need to rely on, like, your super big monsters yet. At least not until, like, later on, or when it gets, like, to a short round situation. Kind of like this, you know? We're ahead by 23 points. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see what he's got. Unfortunately, he has to damage this first before playing the ability. Otherwise, he misses out on the extra copy this turn. So he chooses to pass, huh? Okay. Well, I'm gonna push him. So the plans have not changed one bit. If he does play the Championess Valblood, then, you know, he plays the Championess Valblood, just like I can do about that, unfortunately. Flutter, Naglfar, and Wyvern. Okay, this isn't a bad... although there's much better options I would like to take out, not gonna lie. Like some golds would be nice. Okay, so we'll dip the Plumard. Oh, Moonwraith. I need. But this always gets hit with a decoction. So it's like, what does it matter? What does it matter? I did this knowing that he would most likely counter it with a decoction. In that case, I don't know if it's gonna make me want to pass. Yeah, this is where I'm kind of thinking of passing. This is where I think about passing, to be honest. I'm just wondering how I can... Okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just pass and get last say. I'm afraid though that he might get the full extent of his Lippy out, which is sort of the scary factor in this game. I could play Naglfar. I could play Naglfar and hope that, yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I kind of need Eagern out here to keep the pressure going. Again, if he plays reactively, like, I can always pass, but I do need to set up Azrael for round 3, so that's kind of what I have to do. That's kind of what needs to happen, so... I might have to blur this part out. Just because I can't leak information to you guys. I am sorry. I cannot leak information. That's a good parasite target, isn't it? Yeah, I might just hit that actually. Because he doesn't have another Svalbard Priest, so... Yeah, I think I might as well. The shorter the round gets, I think the better it is for me, so... And there's the reactive play I was waiting for. Okay, so this is where we can actually pass. And has he played Sigdrifos right? He has not. Okay, so he can bring this thing back if he wants to. Oh, it's gonna be a bit tough to deal with, but we'll see. He has yet to play Ceres, so that's a little bit concerning. Did he put both Queensguard and the Shield Maiden into his deck? I mean, I can totally see that. Yeah, I could have totally seen that happening. Marjoam. Okay, so a lot of this was sort of dealing with Draco Turtle. That's a yikes. That kind of looks like what almost most of his second round was revolving around. Makes me regret that I can't actually deal with it, which does suck, don't get me wrong. We don't need this many Thrive units. Oh my goodness, I was... You know what? For the sake of it, we're gonna keep this. It's a lot of setup, I know, but I think we can pull it off. I think. That's a big I think. Because we only have, like, we have 3 powerhouse units, which is pretty nice. Mata, Azrael, and Old Spear Tip, which I think are pretty solid powerhouses, so... But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I should have kept that Parasite. Okay, here comes Ceres. This is gonna be a very strong round 3 for him if he plays Ceres immediately. Well, yeah. And this guy didn't brick his Queen's Shield Maidens either, so good for him. Good for freaking him. If he has Artist too, then we lose. I think he can fit it, right? I mean, Draco... Wait, he has a 10, a 10, a 6, a 9. Ceres is an 11. No, it's a 10. So he has 3 10s already. He hasn't seen... I haven't seen a Crow Mother from him, so... He might not be rocking Crow Mother. Instead, he actually has... He probably has... Not Artist. It's Valblood. He probably has Valblood for the Crow Mother. But we'll see. If he does have it, I think I lose. I'm afraid that Mata might actually draw a stunning blow from him, which actually kills our Thrive unit. So this might actually, like, messes up in the long run as well. I mean, I know he's already played one Stunning Blow, but, you know, he could have the other waiting be drawn. Yeah, too bad. There's no way I can deal... There's no way that I can actually deal with, And he gets oh no, I get last say. So Morkvarg actually doesn't do too much to me. Oh, that's nice. The question is, what do you do here? That's what I want to know. What do you do here? I mean, it... Okay, so there's Vild Karl. Another thorn in our side. He's so far ahead now. It's... Because I'm kind of busy setting up, so... I mean, we're not that far behind, but, you know, it's still not looking the best for us. Does he not have another Svalbard Priest? Oh, maybe he doesn't. Interesting. Oh, you chose to bleed the Bruxa? Okay. Are the Thrive units what's gonna come in clutch for me? That'd be great. I mean, he's not that far behind. I'm not that far behind anymore, so... Is this Lippy? This is Lippy, right? It has to be. Unless he makes Lippy his last card. Or it could be Lippy and then Morkvarg is his last card, right? So... Does he have any other force? Oh, a Terror Crew Plunderer. If we can draw this instead of Stunning Blow, that would be, like, good for me. That way I can keep my Thrive units alive. Unfortunately, though, I do need this 12 power. Oh. Was he was trying to make hard decisions there, huh? That was a hard decision for him. He must have missed out on something big. Yeah, that was actually a big decision for him. That's interesting. Oh, please, just don't draw Stunning Blow. Just do not draw Stunning Blow, and I am good. Do not draw Stunning Blow. I mean, Stunning Blow went here, though. Or the 4 cost went here, so I don't know if that was actually Stunning Blow or that was something else, but... Oh well. Man, the Thrive units are actually what's coming in clutch for me. I love it. Alright, what's your last card? Oh, feels bad. That's why he was having a hard decision. I think Lippy was in his deck and he was debating on bringing it out. Yeah, Lippy was still in his deck and he was definitely trying to bring it out. So we take on another Lippy deck. That should be interesting. Or, well, you say it's self-damage, but it's like it's essentially Lippy now, right? So, okay. So what do I need? There's really nothing that I need to damage. So natural selection might not be as useful here. Damage is fine. I mean, you know, you can only hope to get Indriga Larva, right? But it's just a matter of whether or not I think I can keep up with him. Because again, personally, I love the short round with this deck. Well, I'm definitely not playing all my cards with this, so... But we'll see what he does. Now, usually you'd want to play Ceres with this first round, so that you can actually maximize her overall value. Oh boy. Here comes the, Yeah, this is exactly why I want the short round, right? Like, I actually value the short round against a deck like this. That way we can actually deny value for Svalbard Priest here. I could start with the Bruxa. That might not be the worst option. Actually, I might just start with the Flutter. Jokes. Because I just realized we have 2 units that actually consume. That need to consume to do well, so... Because the thing is, I play Bruxa, and then the fruit becomes a 2, and then I lose a value with Griffin, which sucks, but, you know, it's alright, I suppose. The problem with this is he gets 3 power per turn. Oh, no, 2 power per turn, but then 3 power per 2 turns. So we'll see how we do. This is not the most optimized hand. I would want at least 1 Endriga Larva. So this, I would say, is like... You know, it's gonna get a bit more interesting, I think, because Thrive is really what lets this deck sort of do its own thing, kind of goes berserk on everything. So, not to confuse, not to confuse it with the keyword or anything, but yeah, that's definitely Lippy. The moment you see Roach, it's like, oh, that's 100% Lippy. We'll play the Bruxa. Actually, no, jokes. We'll play Fruits and then we'll Bruxa. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who I bleed because the Crow Clan Druid comes out and just, you know, makes my life a living nightmare. I actually dig this board. I dig it. I dig. I'm thinking of playing the Plumards. I think because of the way this is gonna go, I might actually have to save Poet. I mean, there's a lot of cards here I need to save. Like, I need to save Azrael. I need to save Ghoul. Yeah, this is not gonna be as short of a round as I had hoped it would be, you know? That's fine. I guess I should have bled something else, but that's okay. We could... It doesn't matter. Not necessarily, no. I mean, I would have loved to put the bleed on this, but like... we're still kind of in this, so it's like, our Thrives are really, like I said, it's what's kind of keeping us in. It's probably getting destroyed. Oh, no? I guess you don't want that, you don't want the bonded ability, huh? Okay, sure. That's fine. Like I said, I don't really want a Poet. I could play Spear Tip just to play keep up on points here. Now I'll just play Poombard again. It's fine. Because at least this way, if he does pass, we can play the Spear Tip. Mata? Okay, so he's trying to prolong this round a little bit. That's gonna be a pain. Oh, Noonwraith here is pretty good, actually. We get Thrive points off. Yeah, so as long as we're within, like, 7 or 8, I think we're good. That's kind of the beauty with this, and going second is kind of like, you can creepily get close, but you don't need to go in all the way. There it is. So you're probably looking to bring him... Like, Ceres is actually a pretty good, like short round and good for Deckfin. And he didn't brick him, obviously. Because they never do. Okay, well, unfortunately, that is the pass. Going third round actually does suck. Going a long third round sucks, but like... Because even with old Spear Tip, it's like, I would have gone up to, like, what, 50... No, 49? 50, 51? Yeah. And how much did he have? 63. So it's 51 to 63. I would have had to try and beat 12. I don't know if I want to keep Natural Selection. Do I want to keep the Wyvern, or do I want to try and fish for something else? Like, Endriga Larva would be so helpful in this case. Wow, what can you do, right? So what do you do is what I want to know. Yeah, not having Endriga Larva here is gonna be tough to deal with. I mean, I suppose he could try to push. That is gonna cost me a problem, though, if he does push, though, so... Freya's Blessing. Brings the ship back? Okay, fair enough. This is where I actually think that I want to play the Poet. Like, I would play the Griffin here. But I think I need to pick up tempo, right? Who does Mata get us? Mata gets us Eagern. It's not so bad. We need to stay ahead. I think that's like the main priority right now, is that I have to stay ahead if I want a chance, right? Oh. I mean, he does have res. I mean, he played one of the reses. I can actually play Katakan here and get away with it. I draw Mata, I actually play into his hands by either giving him a, yeah, no, we play Katakan here. Or I could play Parasite to destroy it, but something tells me, like, he might just have a, I mean, if he plays his other res, that's kind of good for us, right? I mean, if I don't play it now, I don't get another chance. I don't get a chance to kill it. I'll have to actually... Ooh, you know what? I could kill his Armored Drakkar. And it's gone forever, and he'll need to play another one in hand, right? Yeah, I'll just kill his Spellblood Priest, actually. That's kind of the thing, too, because, like, I feel like damage is kind of valuable with me. It's because I don't have a lot of sources for it. Like, Natural Selection, Ada, like, yeah. I mean, as long as we stay ahead, I think is what matters, right? As long as we can stay ahead in points here, we should be fine. He has the 3 charges. I mean, he can't really use it all on Spellblood anymore. Oh, Savage Bear, okay. I actually don't mind this. It gives my Griffin a reason to eat something, right? Yeah, I can eat it with a Griffin. Not a big deal. Yeah, I actually have plenty of firepower against him, so it's like I'm not too worried. Stunning blow to what? Oh, okay. Sure. Sure. We'll play... No, not Griffin yet. I'm thinking of playing the old Spear Tip. It'll actually... I think it gets him to pass here. Because that's a big carry... That's a big point lead. I actually would like to draw one of the Indrega Larvas. That would be, like, nice. But, you know, honest men can't get nice things. Alright. We'll see what happens. So he has 1 stunning blow. The question is, will he... Oh no, he's played both. Oh. Oh no, but the problem is that Scorpion Decoction's a thing. Okay, so we draw it anyway. So I don't know if I should just play it now or... I mean, the Decoction either gets used on the Eagern or on the Beast. So I want my Larvas, dude. I'm gonna try and get greedy here. I want my Larvas. Okay, so this is gonna be tough. I don't know if we're gonna win this without Larva. I think we have to play Eagern first. I know it actually just gets killed by a Decoction, but... I mean, actually, if we can get Decoction out of him, that's fine, right? Actually, nah. We'll just Griffin first. Good and 8 points up ahead. Good an 8-point lead. He hasn't played Morkvarg, which kind of sucks, but it's alright. I don't have Parasite, so I actually can't touch this. So if he's gonna play the Decoction, he'll have to commit it now. Whether with Ermion or with just straight up from his hand. Because he hasn't played the Decoction yet, so he's gotta have it, right? The good news is, no, he actually won't have anything for the Beast anymore, so that's actually good for us. Do you not even have the Decoction, or are you just saving it for the Beast? He could just be saving it for the Beast. Well, there's your Beast, so use it on the Beast or bust. You have Gutting Slash? Really? So 2 stunning blows and a Gutting Slash. Wow, that's okay, I guess. I mean we can still maintain our lead, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's interesting, I think. That was interesting. I mean, I don't know why, but okay. Sigdrifus right into what? Ceres? No, it can't be Ceres. He's not gonna spawn anything. Who would even Sigdrifus right at this point? Oh, Spellblood Priest. Okay. I play Mata. I kind of extend the round here a little bit. We'll play in Ghoul. We'll get our nice and 9 points. I'm up by 20 points, by the way. This is kind of ridiculous. Where's this Decoction? And where's his Lippy? should have done this first. I actually should have just done this first. Oh well. That kind of sucks, but that's alright. Naglfar into the Ada. And then we'll end it off with Azrael, of course. We do get last say, so that's fine. We are also up ahead by a crap ton of points as well. Oh, and there's Lippy. So there is a decoction over there, huh? Now here's his big lead. Yeah. And he gets, oh my goodness. This is, oh, hello? Oh no, but, oh, I no longer have dominance. Oh, that's a darn shame. I no longer had dominance. What a darn shame. So what's your last card then? What is your last card? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is an easy clap win. Easy clap win, boys. Too easy. So you don't rely on talent. You gotta use skill. Yeah, if you guys saw the stream with me and Drift, you guys will understand what that meant. Nice and talent.